Merry meet everyone, and thank you for coming back and watching more of my videos. Today I'm going to go over some incense and their properties, and I'm going to break it up into two videos. I'm going to be doing A through M and then N through Z in a second video. I don't want to cram everything all together into one, and then, you know, it makes it a little harder to learn. Excuse me. And where maybe if I break it up into two videos, it'll be easier to, you know, kind of go through each one and take my time instead of rushing through, you know, with all kinds of different incense. And I'm not going to do all of them because honestly, you can have, you can use herbs as incense as well. Depending, I mean, there are some that you can't burn because it produces a toxic smoke. But what I have here are the most commonly used incense and their properties and what you can burn them for. And remember, it's all about if I can speak English, that'd be great. Visualization. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like there, just like that, because I can see that I'm never going to get that word out of my mouth correctly. So just visualize what you want, what your purpose is. Like, if let's say if you want to attract money, and you burn an incense that has those properties, you would visualize as that incense is burning, you coming into some money, or money coming your way in some way, shape, or form. So I do want to share a friend that I have on my lap right now, though. This is Miss Salem. You want to say hi, Salem? Look, say hi. Say, I'm blind in one eye, and my mama loves me anyway. Oh, yes, I do. So she's my little companion for the day, because this is where she lives, right here on my neck. So, okay, so let's get started. I do have my guide, as I always do. And this is one of the reasons why, because I always have little friends that like to come and visit me, and I get off track. So the first one is acacia. Acacia can be burned for mostly with sandalwood. You'll see it paired with sandalwood a lot of the time, and that's to stimulate psychic powers. So let me just put her down because she likes to be my scarf. And she came right back. Okay, so acacia is usually burned with sandalwood to stimulate psychic powers. So if you want to become, increase your psychic ability, if you want to stimulate them and make them stronger, you can burn acacia with sandalwood and visualize this happening for you. So that's one. The second one is African violet. You can burn this for protection, to promote spirituality within the home. I'm sorry, this is becoming, she doesn't want to leave. So if you want to, increase your spirituality within the home, or if you want to make your protection around you stronger, you can burn African violet. The third one is allspice. Now, allspice, is something that is commonly found in the kitchen. It is used for different things, and you can take allspice. Take the, you can't really, you could burn powder, but you can really burn anything. But like allspice is one of those things that you can find in your kitchen, which is fantastic. So it attracts good luck and money. So this is one that you would use if you want to bring money your way, or just good luck in general. If you feel like you're having like a string of bad luck, you can burn allspice to change your luck around. Next one is aloes. You can attract good fortune, love, spiritual vibrations, and strength. So that's what you would burn for these purposes. The next one is althea, and you could burn this for protection and to stimulate psychic powers. Same thing with acacia. If you want to increase your psychic ability, or if you want to stimulate them in any way, you can burn this for this purpose. Next one is amber, and you can burn this for love, comfort, happiness, and healing. Let's say if you have a cold, and you know how sometimes when you get a cold, sometimes you're just not getting any better. you are just feeling really poopy. So you could burn amber to kind of like increase the speed of healing and get better quicker. Remember, it's all about visualizing this happening for you while you do this. The next one is ambergris, and you would burn this for dreams and an aphrodisiac. So I always say, whenever you have any herbs or oils or crystals that increase sexual desire or anything like that, this is just my opinion, because I don't want to sound like I'm coming off as judgmental, because I'm definitely not. Like, I'm not that kind of person. But whenever you want to increase your sexual desire, just make sure that it's someone that, you know, that you're comfortable with, you know. So I mean, and try not to use it to increase the other person's sexual desire towards you if they're not into it, you know, because you don't want to do anything that has to do with messing with someone's free will. The next one is angelica. A lot of times when you hear angelica, you might hear angelical root. So this is used for protection, harmony, insight, understanding, stability, and meditation. So if you want to protect yourself, if you want to add some protection around you, you would burn angelica. Harmony, if you notice there's a squabble, going on in your home, or you just want to, increase the harmony in your household, you can burn this. Insight, if you're looking for answers, this might be a good herb to burn while you do tarot. That way you can kind of look into, and read your cards with a little bit of insight. Understanding. Let's say if, for instance, you're in a situation where you don't quite understand, like how could this have happened, or why this or why that, and you have questions, you might be able to, it's almost like linked with insight, kind of get like a different view on it. I mean, it's not going to pop these images into your head like just because you've burned the root. I mean, it's all about really knowing yourself and just helping you get a deeper understanding of what's going on. And as far as stability, it's just, I think because it is mainly about, visualizing it. So the visualizing plus burning this, it just kind of makes you, more rooted. And the meditation, when you meditate, sometimes it's difficult to get into that state of mind where we need to be when we meditate. Angelica can help us reach that. So this is a good herb to burn as far as meditation goes. Next is anise seeds, and this is good for meditation as well and emotional balance. The next one is basil. Now, anise is something that you find in your kitchen as well, and so is basil. Basil, too, what you could do is you can actually buy the basil plant at your local grocery store, and you can dry it yourself. And just make sure that no mold grows on it or anything like that. Definitely spread it out. Make sure it gets aired out. Dry it yourself, and then you can grind it with a mortar and pestle, and then you can store it. And so you'll have your herb that you have for burning basil. And this is used to exercise, not as far as exercising for health, but to exercise and get rid of evil entities. That's what that's good for. It's also good for attracting fidelity, love, good luck, sympathy, and wealth. Great to use during love divinations. So keep that in mind if you ever do a love divination spell or anything like that. Basil is a great choice. The next one is bay, which I'm sure everybody's heard of bay leaves. Also another great thing you find in your kitchen. It's used to facilitate psychic powers. It's also used to induce prophetic dreams and visions. So this is mainly something that you would burn if you want to increase your psychic ability or to receive messages. Next is bayberry. Bayberry is great for attracting money, and it's great for protection, happiness, and control. The next one is benzoin. And this is good. There's quite a few properties to this one. Purification, astral projection, clears negative energy, emotional balance, eases sadness and depression and grief, anger, anxiety, and attracts prosperity. So this would be a great one if you've gone through a loss of a loved one and you're having a really difficult time. Benzoin has a very calming effect for you. That way it kind of helps you get through that tough time, of grief. And sometimes when we lose someone we love, we go through all those stages where we go through grief and depression and anger and anxiety. So that's good to keep in mind that benzoin is a great choice for something like that. Next one is bergamot. And this is good for money, prosperity, uplifting spirits, bringing joy, protection, concentration, which concentration is great for meditation, balance, strength, courage, motivation, and assertiveness. Now, assertiveness is huge, I think, for me, because, there are a lot of people out there that, they've had enough, and people use them as a mat because they're just too nice. This is something great that you can use to kind of, give yourself that little bit of boost and visualize yourself being able to say no. And I will just add that saying no does not make you a bad person. If you feel like you're being taken advantage of, it's completely okay to say no. And if they choose to be upset with you, then that's on them and not you. And you have to learn that, you have to do you too. You can't always do for everyone else. Next one is Bistor. And this is burned with frankincense as a powerful aid in divination. So you would use this for this reason. Next is bracken. It's burned outdoors to produce rain. So if you are going through a drought, just remember, I will say, anything that has to do with weather, okay? Normally, when you want to produce rain or change the weather in any way, you always take from someplace else to give in what the area that you want. So just keep that in mind, okay? Nothing ever is really like magically produced. I mean, I believe in magic wholeheartedly, of course, but there's always a cause and effect with magic. So just remember that. Next is cardamom, and this is great for mental clarity, concentration, confidence, courage, enthusiasm, and motivation. Next is carnation, and this is great for protection, strength, healing, love, and lust. Next is cedar. Cedar is one of those things where, if you have a charcoal disc and you could go to, the store, and a lot of times they have like the cedar chips, you can get those as well, and have those to burn. But cedar is great for purification, to stimulate or strengthen psychic powers, to attract love, prevent nightmares, and helps heal head colds. Then we have cedar wood. Cedar wood is great for healing, purification, protection, money, balance, grounding, clarity, insight, and wisdom. Next we have chamomile. And chamomile is one of those things that a lot of us have in our food cabinets or food pantries as a tea. So I know that a lot of you must be familiar with chamomile. And it is great for harmony, peace, calming, spiritual, and inner peace. Which it makes a lot of sense because a lot of people drink chamomile tea to kind of relax. Cinnamon is another great thing that we have in our kitchen. And this can be burned for protection, attracting money, wealth, prosperity, business success, to stimulate or strengthen psychic powers, and healing. Next is citron, and this is burned in rituals to aid healing. So if you perform a ritual for someone or even for yourself to aid healing in any way, citron is a great choice for that. And it also strengthens psychic powers. Next is citronella. Citronella, I'm sure we've all heard of. It's the mosquito repellent, that we use in the summertime to get those pesky little bloodsuckers off our skin. So, and this is good for cleansing, warding off, which means keeping, negativity away, healing, and exorcism. And next we have clove, which is also something we have in our kitchen. Well, I mean, not all of us, but most of us. This dispels negativity. It purifies sacred and magical spaces. It attracts money. It provides pain relief, business success, wealth, prosperity, divination, exorcism, protection, and improves memory and focus. Next, we have coconut. When coconut is burned, it offers a strong protection. Next is cypress. Cypress is burned for strength, comfort, healing. It eases anxiety. It is a stress relief. It boosts self-assurance, confidence, and provides physical vitality, willpower, and concentration. Next is, I'm going to attempt to say this. I never could say it. For some reason, I get tongue-tied. And quite often, really, even with simple words, and yet my tongue just kind of gives up halfway through. Damiana. I actually said it. Well, I'll be. This facilitates psychic powers. Next is Dittany of Crete. And this conjures spirits. And so be very careful when conjuring spirits. Okay, you have to make sure that your protection is strong when you do so. Because if you can invite good in, you can invite bad in. And that's just the way it goes. I mean, if you are not strong enough, and I'm not saying that to be insulting, but if you're not strong enough to keep the bad out, you might be inviting something in that you're not quite ready for or capable of handling. So Dittany of Crete is good for conjuring spirits. It aids in divination. It helps astral projection, especially when mixed with equal parts of benzoin, sandalwood, and vanilla. Next is dragon's blood. Dragon's blood comes in a variety of different ways. You can get dragon blood incense in the cones, in the incense sticks, and quite often you'll find it like a resin. So this dispels negativity. This exorcises evil entities. It provides courage, purification. It attracts love. Also remember, when attracting love, try not to have, when you visualize, don't have a particular person in mind. Like, don't try to make a one person love you, because it really is not good to mess with someone's free will. So, I mean, if you want to do a general love spell, that's perfectly fine in attracting love to you, as long as you're not pulling someone towards you that is not interested, or could possibly be interested but is not sure, and you don't want to force that person or mess with their free will. This dragon's blood also provides protection. I don't know why I said that like that. Protection while casting and invoking. And when mixed with other incenses, it makes the power of that incense stronger. Next is elecampane. I hope I said that correctly. This strengthens clairvoyant powers and scrying abilities and divination. Next is eucalyptus, and this provides healing, purification, and protection. Next is fern. This is burned in outdoor fires to produce rain. Also used to exorcise evil entities. Just remember what I said about the rain. Anytime that you want to produce a certain, weather-related event, you're always pulling from somewhere else to produce in another place. Frankincense also comes in different forms. Can come in the cones, the incense sticks. Quite often you'll see frankincense resin. which is, I love the frankincense resin more so than I like the cones or the sticks. This dispels negativity. It boosts spirituality. It purifies magical spaces. Consecration. You can use this to consecrate your objects. Protection against the evil. Exorcism. It aids in meditation. It boosts your astral strength. It induces psychic visions. Courage. Protection. It attracts good luck. And honoring, you can use this when honoring pagan deities. Fumitory. Fumitory is used to exorcise demons, poltergeist, and evil entities. Galangal is used to break curses. So if you feel like as if someone has cast a spell against you or has cursed you or hexed you, Galangal is great to burn and visualize that spell or hex or curse being broken. Gardenia. Gardenia is great for peace, love, and healing. Next is ginger. Ginger is also something that a lot of you may have in your kitchen. This is good for wealth, lust, love, and boosts magical power. Next is ginseng root, which is also another thing, excuse me, that we may have in our kitchens. You hear about ginseng. Ginseng root is a little different. I mean, you could buy it at a metaphysical store. I always tell all my friends, go to eBay. eBay is a fantastic place where you have a lot of metaphysical stores in different parts of the country and even the world that sell their product. The only thing I would say as far as cautioning with that is that the essential oils. If you're looking for pure essential oils, if it does not say on the listing, make sure you either contact the seller or just assume that it's synthetic. So, ginseng root. What ginseng root is good for, it keeps wicked spirits away. It provides protection against all forms of evil. And next we have gotu kola. Okay, it aids meditation. This is a great incense to burn if you need some help in meditation, focusing, and get into that alternate level of consciousness. Heather. Heather is great to conjure beneficial spirits and magically produce rain. As I said before, just be careful with weather magic. And also be careful with conjuring spirits, because as I said, once you open a portal and you call them in, you can also unintentionally invite bad ones. If the good ones can get in, the bad ones can tag along as well. Excuse me. And next is hibiscus flowers. This attracts love, lust, and divination. It boosts divination. Next is honeysuckle. This is good to attract money, happiness, friendship, and healing. Horehound is a good offertory incense to the ancient god Horus. Horus is an Egyptian god. I'm not sure how to say this one, I'll be quite honest with you. I'm going to attempt it. I'm going to say hyacinth. I'm hoping I said that correctly. This boosts happiness and protection. Next is jasmine. And it attracts love and money. It induces dreams of prophetic nature. And it provides purification, wisdom, and astral projection. Next is juniper. This is to stimulate or increase psychic powers, to break curses. It's great for exorcism and protection and healing. Next we have lavender, which lavender is fairly easy to find, which is great. Especially you can get the loose lavender or you can get the incense cones or whatever. This is great for inducing rest and sleep. It's great for attracting love, cleansing, healing, happiness, and relaxation. Next is lemon. This lemon is great for healing, love, and purification. Then we have lemongrass. Lemongrass is great for mental clarity. If you're having a difficult situation and you kind of just need to get to the bottom of, sometimes when we're stuck in a situation, and we have all these thoughts kind of clouding our judgment, lemongrass is a perfect option to burn, to kind of clear up, and so you can see a little more clearly on what you should do. Next is lilac. This is to stimulate or increase psychic powers and to attract harmony. I gotta tell you, these cats have more fun every day than I will ever in my whole lifetime, because they are constantly, it's just cat parties all day long. Oh my goodness. When I'm reincarnated, I want to be a cat in a home with a person like me who just lets them just have parties all day long. Next is lotus. Lotus elevates the mood. It provides protection, spirituality, healing, and meditation. Next is mace. Mace is great to stimulate or increase psychic powers. Mastic is great for conjuring beneficial spirits, to stimulate or increase psychic powers, and to intensify sexual desires. Next is mesquite. Mesquite is great for magic powers of all healing incenses and are greatly increased when this is added. So it boosts the powers of any incense of healing. So that's great if you like are sick, or if you have a wound, or even on a deeper level, if you need emotional healing, that'd be great to burn as well. Next is mint. Mint is great for increasing sexual desire, for exorcising evil entities, conjuring beneficial spirits, attracting money, and mint possesses a strong healing vibration and protective powers. Next is musk. Musk is a great aphrodisiac, and it helps with prosperity and courage. And last but not least, in my A through M of incense that you burn is myrrh. And myrrh is often paired with frankincense. You usually don't, you will see times that myrrh is burned alone, but it's mainly burned with frankincense. And this is great for purification, consecration, healing, exorcism, banishing evil, and aids in meditation rituals. So this is my A through M and my handy dandy guide, as usual. Even with my guide, sometimes I get off track. My cats are throwing parties around here, but that's okay. So I do hope this was helpful. You can always take a notebook and a pen and write them down. You can go through it when you have time. You can always come back to this video. My next video is going to be with incense N through Z. That listed a little bit shorter. So it's always helpful. There are more incense. Those are the most common ones, the most, what people mainly use. So, there will be a video in the future of herbs, just herbs in general. But like I said, with herbs, you have to be careful, because some herbs, when you burn them, their smoke can be toxic and it's not good to burn. So that's why I wanted to do incense, the things that are safe to burn. But I'll just give you a little heads up. My next video is my incense list through N through Z. And then I'm going to be touching on the subject of essential oils, and I will be going through them. And then I will be doing crystals. So after crystals, crystals and gemstones. And after I do that, then I will most likely touch on the subject of herbs, because herbs are fantastic. You can use them in many different ways. You can make sachets and poppets, and you can make talismans, and you can, make a little pillow and put it under, make a little pillow and put it under your pillow for different effects. And, there are so many things, so many fantastic qualities to herbs, and their properties are amazing. And when I tell you that, working with herbs and candles and using all of these things together, magic really does happen. So, I thank you for coming to watch this video. of me talk about cats and incense. So, and you got to see my little Salem. So I do hope that you join me on my next video.